Good morning, everyone, and welcome into another awkward family gathering with your host, me. That's what I do. I stream. Anyways, hope you're all doing well. Sorry for the slight delay. My wife made me an egg sandwich right before stream, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna eat it right before stream. And then the yolk assaulted me. So it was a good time. Good time. Hello, Jackie K. Welcome in. If you're not following Jackie K, hope you're doing well. Godless Sky, you are our first today. And hello, I'm gonna wave like this because you're muted. But I hope you're doing there. Yes, I was egg salted. Thank you. Thank you for that. Nope. There it is. There it is. Finally got the soundboard fixed. Taking advantage of it. Hope you're all doing well. It's been... So yesterday, Awkward Wife and I were trying to get a few things settled. With our quote-unquote office. And one of them is getting backing on the shelves for... The backing on our shelves, not for. So our kids can be kind of hidden when she's streaming for our company, Brick and Board Studios. And so while Jackie K had just started as we got to Lowe's, and I started shopping and was playing some Dreamlight Valley like she does. And I had a plan. When I walked into that Lowe's. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get some Luan. I'm gonna put it on the back, make it really extra sticky, using some double-sided Gorilla Glue tape. Done it before, works great. And then that's gonna be great. And then I got into Lowe's. And you see, me and Lowe's and I, we are besties. We are best friends. I love Lowe's. Is that weird? Is that weird that I love a hardware store? Or does that just make me a typical dad? I'm not sure. But I think it's all the hours I used to spend when I was running auditoriums. I would spend hours there trying to get all the supplies I needed to build whatever show was up. Anyways, so I'm in there and I just get this whole inspiration when I walk by the sheet metal. What if the background wasn't a piece of Luan? What if it was sheet metal with self-tapping screws? And then we could put magnets on it. And then I could make magnets. And lo and behold, that's basically what happened. Is I went with a very simple plan, and now I've made it into a very elaborate plan. And I'm not mad about it. Don't get me wrong here. I'm looking forward to it. We have to clear out some of the area in front of the shelves because we're still trying to figure out where things go. Like, for instance, the kids' computer. So we have a computer that was just for the kids. That was intended for like a specific area. They're there and we can see them. Well, the problem with that is we don't have a space to put it. We don't have a desk to put it. So we're likely saying goodbye to that. But it's just kind of like those little things that that happen when you move. Like, oh, we did all these things. We had all this space. And then you move somewhere just a little bit smaller. Not like crazy small, just a little bit smaller. And you're like, oh, I can't fit like 90% of what's there. That's cool. That's cool. So, yeah. So that is where we're at. So we're probably going to get rid of that computer. But that kind of stuff is still in the front of the shelves, so I can't get in there to tap them. And because of that, I gotta wait. Because of that, I gotta wait. But yeah. So that is where we're at with that. So yeah. So basically I went from, hey, here's some Luon, here's a simple design, to spending almost $200 on a more elaborate, but it's gonna be gorgeous. It's gonna be so great. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's gonna have magnets. I'm gonna make magnets. This is who you guys follow. Just remember that. And if you don't follow, be sure to hit that follow button. Whatever platform you're on, be sure to hit that follow button. You'll be grateful for it. I promise. All right. So today we're going to hop back into Minecraft. It's been a hot minute since we've come to the server. But we have a server. If you're in our Discord, you can hop in too. You can play along. This is kind of the thing I set up for everyone. We have it for the year, I believe. It's right around the end of the year. I intend on renewing it. But have fun. Do awesome things. It's kind of how it is. I don't even remember where I was at when I last played. So it looks like I was just in the village. So if you're new, we're going to game mode. Oops. Would help to write the whole thing. Come on. I can spell and I can type. There we go. So, for those who've never been here before, we started this about a year ago. It's like July 2024. And this is only a portion of it. This is my portion. Originally, when we started this server, Connect said something about Minecraft server. Here, I know words. Yes, we have a Minecraft server for anyone in the Discord. No requirements or all of it. This is just a community building sort of thing. You do have to take a trust test when you first enter in, but that's about it. So yeah, we when it was started with my team cord. It was just supposed to be a place for us all to kind of bond and hang out with, that was off stream. And then we stopped. We stopped. It was really like half the team, but we were playing for a while. And then the person who started the server was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And so they opened it up to whoever. I said, I'll take it over. And then we talked about, hey, No worries, Godless. I really don't either. I'm not a Minecraft expert in any way. I like to, that's kind of what this world is. It's really just creative mode. But there is a survival aspect to it. So it's in a survival server, but basically it's everyone just creating stuff. And so when I took it over, I started like putting stuff together and whatnot. And then another one of my teammates, GC, who was here on Saturday, he started his own like area too. And so I call this starting village. So this is where you start out. And then as time went on, I kind of just turned it into a lot more. And so overall, this is kind of where you start. And there's lots of resources. GC helped me kind of set up the resource a little bit. Every person can happily take their own little plot of land, or 2 or 3. I really don't care. We're going to keep expanding it over time. Looks like someone claimed this spot right here. And yep, this is Doc. So it's kind of your own little space. I just kind of spaced out there. As you guys can see, there's lots of space there. And feel free to come in and be creative. All you have to do is join the Discord server. And in the Discord server, it'll give you instructions on how to do it. We do play slightly modded. I mean, it's not overly modded, but it is modded. So that way, some quality of life things specifically. There's a backpack mod. There's a mod so that trees disappear quickly. So you do have to install them, but it's really simple. All you do is you import the file that I have on the Discord server, and you launch it through CurseForge. And I have a step-by-step instructions for people who've never modded before, because the first time I did, I had no idea what I was doing, and I guessed. I can tell I was sleepy when the raid train in because I missed Discord. Got a Team Star folder now with yeah. That was, I have the same thing because I have so many Discords. But yeah, so there's the Discord link for anyone who ever wants to join in. It's low pressure, low craziness, but we have kind of this starter village. We've been trying to take out the mountain. That's been the goal. And so this week and next, I've decided we're finishing taking out this mountain. This mountain was like 12 or 13 high, and now it's down to this, and we flattened out all that, and we're going to finish it. We're just going to finish it. I decided that literally yesterday. But yeah, so there's lots of little fun things in the server, so feel free to join in as you want, you know, as you play how you want to play. This is the whole point. The only thing I ever ask is don't be a dick. I probably hit the maximum. Backpack mod is probably my favorite mod. Yeah, GC, who's again a former teammate of mine, he was such a help in just like getting the right mods, and he's given me so many since we really got this going. And I'm like, I need to look at some of the other ones. But we're also running at the max for capacity, so I can only run so many mods before the server gets overloaded. So I have to really weigh in on which mods I want to keep. And I mean, we use them all. And the backpacker one is a good one. But there's a really cool one that I want to do. And I'm like, maybe I should just run another server. Maybe I should just get a second server. Because that was one of the things. So, game mode, creative. Nope, no, I just turned it back on. Yeah, maybe I run a different one that's just other stuff. There was a time, another one of my former teammates, Pad Bay, she had ran a server that was a bingo server, and that was really fun. And I kind of wish I had like a server that the second server would be more like fun games and stuff like that, not necessarily like it would be like one-time events and stuff like that, stuff for me to do like playful things with. It wouldn't be like another survival server. That would be crazy. But there's just so much you can do with Minecraft, and that's I think the thing that why I always come back to it. I think why most people come back to it is that it's really, there is no limitation. In fact, I just saw the Minecraft movie the other night with my kids, and it was so much fun. I was expecting it to be fun because it's Jack Black, you know, and I'm not watching it too seriously. I'm not going to get pummeled by popcorn because I'm watching my own home. But it was just, it's kind of what made me want to go back into the Minecraft server after such a long hiatus, because it's just fun. Like, it's just be yourself. That's all it is. Do what you want to do. And it's a nice little escapism, if you will. But more importantly, it's just a place to be yourself. And I mean, that was the whole point of the movie, wasn't it? That was like the overarching story. Be yourself. But I think that's kind of the fun part of survival craft and stuff like that, is that you can just be yourself. You can just do whatever. I think so many people get focused on, I have to do this, I have to play it this way, and there's like, nope, there is no right way to play this. I think that's why I enjoy Minecraft Satisfactory, is you can really just play it how you feel happy. I haven't been in Minecraft since I got a new PC, and I do miss it. I'm in a server in another community where it's just chaos gremlins that love explore building and helping each other with things. Yeah, that's kind of the vision for this in the long run. I'm just, I've never seen mobs straight up spawn like that. Oh, this dude saw me from all that ways away. That's cool. Got you. What now? But yeah, that's kind of the beauty of it, is that eventually one day, maybe if I'm important enough, it'll be much more loved. But right now, I'm happy with it just being me and my small little community of people just having a good time. And that's one of the beauties of it. I should probably have a sword instead of just using my pickaxe. But yeah, I mean, I always laugh. It's like, I don't have to build this. I have the ability to switch this into creative mode and just do it in creative mode, but I like the limitations. I like that you have to, find the resources. Because there's people who enjoy playing the game like that too. Like, they enjoy the challenge of, hey, I want to do this, so I need to find these resources, and I think that's kind of the fun part of a survival server, is that you can have so many different play styles that can allow it. And at the same time, I can go like, yeah, I think I turned off losing your stuff, but I don't remember. Maybe not. I don't remember. It's been so long. Like I said, this has been up for a year now. So it's hard to say what settings are in place and what aren't. All right. And I keep mixing up my satisfactory setting or buttons with my Minecraft buttons. I was holding shift to run. And it's like, that's not this game. That's a different game. Come on, Awkward. All right. Yeah, I think the other thing I hate is you always have your stuff breaking. So I remember when we were building the wall, because this is a hand-built wall. This was all mountain. The mountain ended right there. It was such a pain because we had to do it as stone pickaxes because we couldn't find anything. We couldn't find any resources. There was like one iron bar every 12, 13. And finally someone was like, all right, I'm gonna go get stuff. And that was really fun. But yeah, so it was, I think at one point I had a full inventory of pickaxes just because I was tired of going and getting them. So that was a joy. Actually, I'm gonna use these stone pickaxes while I'm at it, while I'm doing this anyway. Let those despawn. We can also just go to sleep. What's also been fun is my son, this is his bed. My son started playing in the Minecraft server, and he's like, Dad, how'd you do this? Dad, how does this work? And so he's really into the idea of redstoning now. Yeah, you'll never catch me, you'll never catch me actually in a mine. I'm not Steve. I don't have a love for the need to be in the mines. Which was it was such a ridiculous premise. I love that Jack Black is just like, oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna pretend to be this guy who just has an urge to mine. Because that's the crazy part. It's not the writer that comes up with a crazy idea. It's the people who then say, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Those are the people. Because I've read all, I yearn the mines. And like the old guy who's just like, get away from the mines, kid. Genius. Genius. And Dennis, the good boy that Dennis was. That was such a, it shouldn't have been a good movie. It really shouldn't. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of people, because of the whole chicken jockey thing, it got ruined almost. But it was such a good movie. I wasn't expecting it. Shovel. It's also fun about a community server. When we were first starting this, I said, yeah, we're gonna level the mountain. And my community was like, what? I then come in the server and found like a third of the mountain disappeared. And I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Oh, it's so good. We watched it on HBO. This was it Saturday? I think it was Saturday. It was so good. That's, yeah, that was the whole reason why we didn't go see it, because my son is obsessed with it. The only books he'll read are Minecraft building books, and then he'll try and replicate them. But this is the same kid who loves Lego, so it like perfectly makes sense, you know, why that would be the case. So yeah, he was kind of disappointed we had to wait so long, but he was really excited to watch it. And he wants to now make the lava chicken kitchen. He's like, we can do this. I'm like, yeah, we probably could. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. So yeah, so he's come up with ideas for his. He only really plays in creative mode though, so he just lets his brain go wild. My little brother loves all the Minecraft videos and the lore. He gets it. I still know nothing. He hasn't info dumped on me. Oh yeah, we don't, so my kids don't watch too many YouTube videos. Roku though had a channel where a guy was playing different games and he would play Minecraft, and my son watched quite a few of those episodes. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, if I were to pick a game that I would play all the time, you know, like they tell streamers to do, it would be Minecraft. But there's so many people who already do it. I'm like, it's oversaturated. I'm not gonna, there's no benefit for me there. But there's so much to it, and you can expand so much, and you can always, it tickles the brain just right for me, where I could go and do that. But there's so many people who, I mean, there's people who program computers that play Minecraft inside of Minecraft, that have computers that can be programmed in Minecraft. 3D Minecraft is what I call it. Where they can play Minecraft inside of Minecraft. Inside of Minecraft. And granted, their computer, I think, crashed right after they did it, but they did it. And to me, will be Minecraft. It was a dangerous place. Will be Minecraft for hours. Yeah. So that's kind of the thing, is like, I could totally, this would be the game, but it's such a saturated, there's so many people who do so many cooler things than I would ever have the capacity to do. And I'm like, I can't dive that deep. I don't have the brain power anymore. I'm starting graduate school. Like, I always thought it was a joke. When you get older, your brain slows down. But no, I felt my brain. It does not work as efficient as it used to. Which, like, good for me that I took advantage of it when I could. But, oof. Learning is a lot more of a struggle in your mid-30s. Which sucks, because I love learning. Yeah, someone also in school, I can't keep up. Yeah, this is my third degree that I'm going to be getting. Third advanced degree. And my second one wasn't too bad, because it was a lot of studying, but it was also a lot of practical work. And this is kind of in that same breath. It's a lot of practical work. And in fact, I'm getting to forego a thesis, which is awesome. Because typically MFAs have to have a thesis. Like you when I grow up. Well, it has to do with the fact that I didn't pursue what I wanted to pursue initially. So I got my bachelor's in theater design and production because I love technology and I love art. So why not? Same. And so my whole plan was to eventually, though, be a professor of lighting design. So I went and I got practical experience, and then when I was ready in 2017, I actually applied for graduate school and got accepted. But there was other plans in the world because my wife found out like 2 weeks after I found out I was in graduate school that she was pregnant. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. No, I want the shovel. Seriously. Give me my shovel back. Please. Shovel. Oh. Oh my gosh, every time. There we go. So, yeah. So, I was supposed to go and do that dream in 2017, graduate in 2020. And then luckily I didn't, like it worked out nicely. Because we all know how 2020 went. So, I graduated, or I went, when I decided not to do that grad school, I did decide, hey, I'm going to go get something, at least an education, so that I can have more advancement. So that's when I got my MFA, or my MSED in admin and leadership for education. And then I finished that in 2021. Or, yeah. And then my wife got accepted in grad school in 2022 fall. So that basically landed me into a job where they were like, hey, yeah, no, we don't want you as an admin, but you can do the same thing you've been doing. So I said, okay, fine. And it was a great job. I loved it. Loved the students, loved the people I worked with. But working in the classroom is really hard. And I've been doing it for 13 years. And so I just had to have a change. And so the two choices were, one, I could, and these were my choices. These is what I needed to do for me. I could take time off completely. Just like, nope, I'm not going to be doing anything. I'm going to take care of myself. Because the job before my last job was very traumatizing. I had students harass me, and through the awesomeness that is therapy, I found out I have PTSD. So good times. Anyway, so because of all that, what am I doing? I'm hitting the wrong button. That's what I'm doing. Because of that, I was like, I'm either going to do nothing where I can just kind of focus on me, or I'm going to go to grad school. So I applied to go to do my grad school. Was going to do a whole audition process, but there was one school particularly I wanted to study at. And so I just applied to them directly. And me and the light and design professor basically hit it off really well. She has a background in 3D modeling, which was one of the things I wanted out of my grad school experience, was teaching classes related to 3D, specifically for theater educators and theater professionals. And so I was like, I have to go to this school. I have to do it. Applied directly, and they basically said, yeah, we want you. They said it in my interview when I met with the professors of the school, but they couldn't officially tell me that because there was some gray area that we had to address. Turns out it wasn't gray. It was actually A-okay. So, they gave me an offer letter in December, and now we're here. We're in San Diego. I'm excited to get started. I've been reading up on 3D printing because that's something no. I gotta stop pressing Q. Gotta stop doing it. Throw all that over there. We're going far away. Oh my gosh. Q in Satisfactory is your inventory. So I keep hitting it to get my inventory. And that's why we're where we're at. I played Satisfactory last week. And they're basically the same game. Different objectives, different overall goals, but basically the same game. Alright. Don't hit Q. Don't hit Q, awkward. Where are you throwing the shovel? Hey, let your bosses know you're having a good time. They don't need to know why. But yeah, so been doing some 3D printing and just experimenting with 3D printing. Reading a whole textbook written by my graduate advisor on 3D printing, just because 90% of what I know is self-taught. So I'm like, should probably get some sort of formal knowledge before I teach it. More so I work in the library, even though not a lot of people, I don't want to be disruptive. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Probably the one place you don't want to be laughing too loud. Touche. Touche. But yeah, so I'm really excited for it. Actually, I haven't done modeling in a hot minute, so relearning how to model in right now I'm using Fusion 360. It's been a hot minute. So just reteaching myself. But mostly I'm gonna start building little set pieces and stuff too, just to practice. It's gonna be a good time. Work calls. I shall be back. Enjoy your lurk. Alright. Actually, I'm surprised at how fast this is going. Of course, this is only the first layer. Then we have to go down, I think, 3 more blocks to... We're gonna get it flat, though. That's the important part. No, it's like, let's see, wait, it's 4? Yeah, it's 4 more after this. Alright, let's lay down... 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know if I need to do it this frequently. I just have always done torch every 4. I don't know why. Alright, let's get all the cobblestone out. at least 64 of the cobblestone. All right, so collect all the cobblestone. All right. This is about to break. Maybe we can get a wee bit more. Actually, let's go get the, there's some iron over here. Dang, I was hoping there's enough. There's enough for another pickaxe. There we go. Discard all that and not run right into it. For those who are just joining us, welcome in. My name is advgg. I'm a variety streamer on the internet, and we are playing some Minecraft. It is our open community server, so feel free to join if you would like, or continue to lurk. There's the link to the Discord. But yeah, so this is an open community server. We're actually leveling out this mountain. We do have a whole village down below, as you can see. Be a very, very long fall. But whoops. Thank you. But we're working on that right now. But yeah, so welcome in. Be sure to drop a follow if you're enjoying this content. We are shifting to daytime schedule for the foreseeable future, because that's when school is. School is most of my classes are in the evening and nights. So, once I start back up going to school, I'm gonna have to still keep a pretty regular schedule. So that's the plan, is to kind of stream during the day when the kids are at school and the wife is at work, and I won't be. No, just point out when I'll be streaming. For those who can hear, that is Awkward Wife, who's in the background. She runs our Brick and Board streams, Brick and Board Studio streams, selling all the Pokemon cards. You're a Pokemon. And just lots of other stuff. For those who don't know, I run a small business with her, and it's great. We have a lot of fun time. It's stressful, but it's great, because we always wanted to kind of run our own business. We've always talked about it, but we both knew that we didn't want to do food, but we love food so much. So we didn't really have an idea for a long time. And then I came up with an idea a while back, and then we started just like enjoying the space of the nerd culture. Awkward Wife was a repressed child who couldn't enjoy things like Pokemon, and because that wasn't girly enough. And so she's been having a good time enjoying talking about something that is really she's really passionate about. So that's been kind of the fun of it all. Bet you'll be able to see this from space. The amount of light that we're putting in here. This rhythmic destruction of concrete is kind of one of my favorite sounds. It's just kind of that pitter patter. I tend to go silent when it happens. It's just kind of that nice little. But I also have a tendency to play games muted, so I think that's part of it too. Is that because I don't listen to the gameplay? When I hear it, it's like, oh, that's really nice. Especially as a sound designer. I can appreciate good sound. Out of here?
Yep.
Love you. Kids going too?
Yeah, we're gonna leave you with them.
Okay. Just asking. Hey, could you grab me a water? Thank you. Find someone you can be a nerd with. That's what I say. Oh, it's not the most captivating. I hope you're not falling asleep at work while we do this. But it's gonna look so cool when it's done. You okay? Hey, there's a door there. Thanks. Yes. Oh, yeah. Speaking of 3D prints, here's one of the designs I recently did. It's so you can put what's called a top loader on the top. So it has this tiered look to it. So that the things that keep your cards protected go on top, and the things that keep them from scratching go on the bottom, called penny sleeves. And it's a fun little design. I call it the Card Guardian. Because the other names I'd come up with weren't really didn't really work. What was it? Trader's Tower was the original idea I had. It was the whole idea being that traders, people who trade, would use it. But what we found is that when you said trader, it sounds like traitor, which obviously is not what you want. So that was kind of the tricky part. was trying to find a way that it didn't sound like you were going against your country kind of thing. So that's when we came up with, let's see, what was the other ones? Collector's Corral was another one, but that was kind of a weird one. So that's what it kind of boiled down to, was there was a lot of good contenders, but they were also kind of weird. Okay. Just filling in these last bits. There we go. So here we are with stone pickaxes again. Now, oh, did it play? I don't think it played. Come on. Mix it up, get it together. Let's try again. Where is... I worked really hard on that one, and the fact that it doesn't work sometimes really annoys me. That took so many hours to get that right. Where is it? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. What do you mean you're not working? What do you mean? Stupid mix it up. Supposed to read the file and then play the... I feel so robbed. I worked so hard to make this thing work. Try again. I think it is. Let me see if the commercial works at least. No, did I open in the wrong order? This always happens. I'll open Streamlabs first on accident and then open mix it up, and then it doesn't do some of these right. All right, well, let me pull the doc then. Normally it plays a video, and so that video is one of the 200 some odd awkward jokes I've told on the interweb. True story. But I do have a whole document of awkward jokes of the day. So don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. You're getting your redeem. Where is my Google Doc? It's been a hot minute. There's the brainstorming idea. Oh, no, wait. It's not a doc. It's a sheet. Awkward jokes. I got you. All right. All right. Awkward joke of the day, live and in person. Why? So here it is. Awkward joke of the day. What kind of pants do ghosts wear? Oh, hello, Siri. You're moving it on my territory now? What the heck, man? Why is Batman known to skip church? Because he's Christian Bale. That, folks, is your awkward joke of the day. So there you go. There you go. One more, because that was so clunky. It's Batman themed again. How does the Joker do his accounting? He uses Heath's ledger. There you go. There you go. There you guys go. So there's two awkward jokes in one. You're welcome. Yeah, let's see. I still have 20 some odd more in there. Oh, I don't remember picking that one. That's dirty. Sometimes you read your writing. What were you thinking there, awkward? Yikes. Anyway, back to Minecraft. Sometimes I confuse myself. But welcome in, Sweet Tater. In fact, I was laughing. I was going through a box and Sweet Tater had generously sent over some bookmarkers. I don't know what they're actually called. I call them book post-its. But and some stickers, and I ran across your stickers that I frantically packed in a box. So I was book tabs. Thank you. That's what it's called. That's what they're actually called. I just call them book post-its because I love post-its. But yeah, because I was gonna put them on my bookshelf of stickers to go with all the other stickers, but unfortunately that is now a bookshelf for my family. Book tabs, index tabs, sticky notes, sticky tabs. Yeah, I use them to mark up my scripts. And so that's the biggest thing. So I'll mark where the queue is and I'll put the post-it there. And I go through like a sheet for every single show I do. So I was like, oh yay, I just got 2 shows covered. Because they're not expensive, but it's just kind of like when you have to do like 200 some odd cues, it's just a lot. So yeah, I'm excited to get to use the ones you sent. Because again, I'm a big old nerd. And it's small things like that that make my day. Yep. Lots of scripts. I've got 2. I just found out I have to present full research for my first year design show in like a month after school starts. I'm like, okay. So I haven't been like a academic based lighting designer in 13 years. It's been 13 years since I've had to do like full-blown paperwork. Yeah, I'm a nerd. Who would have guessed? I can't even spell my own name right. But yeah, I'm getting my 3rd advanced degree. Who would have guessed? But yeah, so that's the joy, is that I've got to really, I was like, oh, I guess, no, stop throwing the tools. I'll get this right eventually. Well, I picked up what I wanted. There we go. I'm getting this. Shit, godless. That was the first time thing. That's never happened before. I'm trying to get godless in trouble. That's all. I'm trying to make them laugh. Just kidding. But yeah, so who would have guessed the guy with 2 advanced degrees going to get a 3rd one is a nerd? Not me. This is my new favorite thing, throws tool. Yeah. I'm not called the normal hero, y'all. What's crazy is that after I get this level to this level, it still needs to go down 4 more. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna be a process. Whee! Oh, you again. Goodbye. Good times. Good times. Lava chicken. Ooh, Steve is lava chicken. Yeah, that's all I can tell you the song is about. If I get Minecraft in cursive, I help. Fair enough. I mean, just a reminder, if you're new to the community, this is open to everyone. That's the fun part of it all. You could just have to join the Discord server. There it is. We have a little bit of a trust test that you have to take. It's color-coded, don't worry. It's pretty straightforward, but you know. There we go. And you too can throw your tools. Yep. And you too can constantly be getting rid of your tools. Just for $0.03 a month. Just kidding. It's free, y'all. I mean, honestly, though, can anyone be as coordinated as me? I'm the person who gets injured in sports every time. In fact, my wife has now banned me from ever participating in school sports. As a teacher. Let's see. The first year I was a full-fledged teacher, it was a good one. It was a good one. Godless. The first year as a teacher, I volunteered to help with the senior night, which is like a senior lock-in kind of thing. and we're getting ready to play softball. And I'm going and I'm warming up because I'm like, I'm 26. I need to warm up now. Stretching is important. So I go and I'm out in the field and it's not in a great condition. And I go to field with softball and it hits a divot in the field. And it pops into my finger. And then I really just thought my finger was swollen. Because it hit it pretty good. Turns out I broke my finger. But we still had a full day of teaching the next day. Grant, this was at like midnight. We still had a full day of teaching the next day. So I go to work, and it wasn't like anything major. It was like a movie day in my classroom. And they told me, hey, after you're done teaching today, be sure to go to the occupational health clinic and get it checked out because it happened at work. Like, okay, silly. It's just I just hit it. It's not a big deal. I'm just more embarrassed than anything. Turns out I broke it. My finger was in a splint. My wife had been needlessly mocking me the entire time. She felt horrible at that point because she's like, oh, he actually broke it. Like, she wouldn't have believed me if she'd hear it directly from the doctor. But it was also the last day of school, so I was in like a splint for like 6 weeks, but I was home, so it didn't matter. So that was the first time. The second time I was, see, but that's because I scare friends with my walking, even with the cane. Oh. The second time I was, what was it? I hurt my ankle. That's all I can really tell you I remember is that I hurt my ankle. Do we have some raiders? We sure do. All right. Listen. Listen, raiders. Not Twitch raiders, just so that everyone's clear. Come at me, bro. They're way up there. They can't. Oh, he just pushes his friend down. That was nice of him. I think I have a crossbow. Maybe not. I have all the supplies to make one now that I'm looking at my inventory. They're aiming at me. Nope, doesn't look like I have one. Rude, dude. Oh, there's one. Ooh, and it's enchanted. Perfect. Twitch raiders, Minecraft raiders, same thing, right? Got him. Got him. I'm out of arrows. We got a problem now. And I don't think I have any of those. Oh, I do. Cool. Let's borrow some of those. There we go. How do you take care of your raiders? I shoot at them from a distance when they're stuck on a ledge. Boom. Got him. Now I gotta get up there to get their stuff. You know, it is what it is. Whee! I love this elevator. GC, man. Showed me that. Best thing ever. Because I could have taken them head on. But who does that? Somewhere over here, right? Oh, no, it's over there. Somewhere. There we go. I collect the stupid little flags. Why? Because I can. I have water right next to me, and I decided to jump onto the thing. Me too, Godless. Me too. In fact, my little avatar dude. He's an archer. I got that made. There was a Shadowfiery Amy gave away a free chibi art in someone else's stream, and I won it, and I got that cool little avatar, and I love that dude, and I made him an archer because that's actually where, when I started actually thinking of an Awkward Hero as a character in my first D&D campaign, I came up with this whole backstory. It's a very elaborate one. That he was an elf that specialized as a ranger specifically, and when he was training to be an archer, he was injured with his first catch, and with his first catch, and so he's not actually able to speak. And the reason I did this was I was playing with a bunch of actors, and there was me and one other person who were both theater techs playing. And I was like, they're going to do all these voices and they're going to sound really good. And I just did not have any confidence in my ability to do voices. And so I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to be able to speak. And so I came up with this whole backstory. And I loved the backstory so much. And so we were playing, and I had said, like, the person's voice is so hard to understand that whenever he speaks, it's just high-pitched screeching. And no one else knew this story. I was just constantly, like, brooding, and I would say, oh yeah, or I would just like make up these directions and just stare at people. And we came up with a backstory of my animal companion is the only one who does understand me. No, stupid Q. So we came up with this whole backstory, me and the DM, and I've loved that backstory so much that I reuse it now for everything because it's just such a good backstory. Anyway, so we came up with an animal companion that could understand me, so I could just speak normally. And then from there, dogs are mad. Horn went off. And then the first time I attempted to speak, I just went like this. And they laughed so hard. They laughed so hard at the reaction of it when I tried to speak for the first time. And so it's like this. No, not my pickaxe. Stop throwing the stupid pickaxe. That's just why I now have Awkward Hero, and that's what I named the character because I couldn't think of I couldn't think of anything, and that was my gamer tag. So that is actually official Awkward Hero lore, is that Awkward Hero doesn't actually speak. So there you go. But it was such a funny character to come up with, and I have no regrets. None. Why did I do that? I have to take out that layer anyway. Oh well. But yeah, so this persona and this I've had this persona for a long time. It was, I think it's been 18 years as a gamer tag. And then that was like 13 years ago was that whole thing. So it's been a long, elaborate process. There we go. Have to go make more torches. I feel like the first D&D character that I am currently playing is Nim because, you know, Nim means name. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was just... It's just really funny. It wasn't until... It was probably a little bit before I started streaming that I actually started feeling comfortable with me. I mean, I was reading this interview with a person who I love their music, Andrew McMahon. They were the lead singer for something corporate, and then later on, hello, spider. Jerk. Something corporate, and then Jack's Mannequin, and then now he runs his own thing. And he said Jack's Mannequin was supposed to be more of my own debut. It was supposed to be his, but he still didn't feel comfortable putting his name on his music. And just that thought of, oh yeah, I can run 2 very successful bands and still not feel comfortable with the work I'm doing. And it really made me realize, like, hey, you know, maybe we're all just not very comfortable with ourselves. You know, it doesn't matter how successful you are. We all have imposter syndrome. Oh, we forgot to add up our ominous banner. And it just made me feel a little more better about myself. It's not like he was a one-hit wonder. He had huge success with all 3 bands. That's actually... do I want to do that? No. I'll fall where it's safe. And so the fact that he can still feel not confident in his work is like, maybe I just need to, maybe I just need to realize that no one feels comfortable, and it is what it is. And so from that point, I kind of just started to realize that I'm gonna screw up. I'm going to do weird things, and I'm gonna be okay with it. Here we go. Maybe I should start a counter of every time I throw my equipment. I'm at like 8 now. You know, some people have their death counters. I have my can't keep my equipment in my hand counter. Don't you growl at me. I feel that my Twitch name is actually Godless Lost Soul, which is still my gamertag for a long time, and it wasn't until more people online started to get to know me and learn my name as Sky that I changed it for me. It was both imposter syndrome and online scary. Or at least 6 times. That's generous, because I think I did 6 times just the first time when I kept throwing all the cobblestone. It's okay. It goes good with my new I'm creating a new short form video called What Not to Do in Gaming. So that'll be my Minecraft one. There's a game I played a few weeks ago called Game Stonk Simulator. You're running your own video game store. And I learned that you can actually make more money beating up the customers than actually selling them stuff. So I just, for 3 days straight, when I was about to lose the simulator, I just started beating up on the customers. And that saved my game store. So it was just kind of a funny thing. I was like, I should make a whole video segment of stupid things to do in games. No, that was the wrong. I thought I had the... Well, there's 7. But yeah, so that was... There, I'll use chat to mark all the times. But yeah, so that's what started that. So I've been making an intro for it, and it's just gonna be a series of clips of that. Was my plan for, at least that one was, when I came up with the idea. Guys, I think I'm gonna lose. And then turns out, oh, if I just beat the crap out of people, that pays better. We're going mop style. So it'll be great. Building the intro. I've said throws to least 4 times. That's what I'm saying. I think 6 is too generous. I think that's too low. Because, yeah, I think just in the first time I did it was 3 or 4 times alone. And you've said throw stool quite a bit. So, I think we're closer to 10, 12 times. Yeah. Okay. We're green. 10 times it is. See, wait. That's the one I want. That works. Alright, but we're not doing too bad. It's coming along. If you're just joining for the first time, my name is Awkward Hero. I'm a variety streamer on the internet who loves the RPG, survival craft, FPS, and everything in between. And we just do it our way. If you're enjoying this kind of content and want to keep track of how many more times I will be throwing away my equipment, be sure to hit that follow button. Because, you know, it's fun like that. We also track how many chickens I've slain. What other counters do we have, actually? Ace Trainer, you love playing Minecraft? That's awesome. I love it too. We are playing on a server. So if you're in the Discord server, you can join for free. Don't gotta do anything except for be part of the community. So feel free to join. We have a mod package that you just put in CurseForge. There we go. Speaking. It's my specialty. It's not my specialty. Electricity is. But yeah. So playing Minecraft today. We're going to also play it on Wednesday. But I felt we were being too cozy this week. So we're playing Oblivion on tomorrow morning. So if you're someone who likes to wake up in the morning and deal with demons, congratulations, you're in the right place. Because that's what we're doing tomorrow. All right. I need another shovel. I need a pickaxe. Oops, that's not the spot. We don't need a bone. What else can I get rid of? I guess the string. There we go. There, we got some metal. We got some iron stuff now. Woo woo! Oh my gosh, I think my son left the TV on in the background because I can hear myself when I went woo woo. Of course, maybe they're back. But I'm pretty sure I can hear myself in the background. He loves watching my streams. In fact, when I play games like Oblivion, I really get worried because he has nightmares. And he doesn't sleep well when he sees things like the show Zombies on Disney Channel. So I'm like, you're not going to be able to watch this one, bud. So he gets really sad when I play games like that. And I get it. But sometimes I gotta play something else. So when I play games like Fortnite or Minecraft, he's like, oh, nah. he's good. uh, I've had to explain a few different things to him sometimes because there are a few other streamers I'll let him watch because they're pretty PG-13, PG realm most of the time, but sometimes they'll go a little off the wall. Just Jackie K is one of them. He'll watch her play Disney Dreamlight Valley, Fortnite, a few other things that she plays. But when he watches me play a game, he'll watch it all week. Like if I'll like tomorrow when I play Oblivion, he's gonna watch my Minecraft stream. So that's the funny part, is that he's my biggest fan and I love him to death for it, but it's always kind of funny. So yeah, I think that's the funny part, is when I play games that I play for me, not necessarily games he can not freak out about. That's what he'll do. But yeah, there's sometimes I can't even go in the living room because he's watching another one of my streams and I'm like, dude, we've watched this one like 6 times. Can we move on? He's like, no, I want to watch it. Okay, enjoy. Because I don't know a single streamer that doesn't feel this way, but watching yourself is the worst. Dang it. Add it to the counter. Tool. Got this coming in for the counter. But yeah, so love him to death for it, but I hate watching myself personally. E, not Q. E. That's the problem. No, I didn't mean to throw that. Oh well, I picked it back up. What are you doing, sheep? What are you doing? Joke's on you. Come on, zombie. Come at me, bro. Thank you. I can resume my work now. Ah. But yeah, so he'll be bummed tomorrow, but I don't know if they're back or not. If they even left. Maybe they didn't leave. Maybe he's just sitting in the living room watching me and my wife left him behind. I don't know. But I can hear myself. That's what I do now. All this dirt cleared. Oh, I thought like a horn just went off. I'm like, oh crap. Is a whole battalion coming? It was the music. Of course. This is a good reminder for those who don't know, the 988 phone number, the suicide prevention and crisis hotline is currently in the middle of being defunded by the Trump administration. So they're in our need. They're in need right now of our help. If you can sign the petition created by the Trevor Project, who advocates for the LGBTQIA plus community and helps manage the resource that is for all teenagers and young adults. This particularly is one that's important to me personally. During my first year in the classroom, I had a student take his life. And while I don't know that this resource would have helped him personally, because of the nature of how he took his life, I know that having those resources for his friends and the people who cared about him would have made a difference for them. And so to me, this is a huge resource that we're getting rid of, and it's honestly unacceptable. We need to take care of ourselves and our loved ones, and our community as a whole. So it doesn't matter how you feel about anything else. We need to take care of each other, and having resources like this in a time when mental health is been at its most challenged is really important. So I hope you guys take the time to reach out to your elected officials, let them know that you want the 98 hotline to be continue. For those who don't know, because you've never maybe had kids or worked in a school, on the back of every student's ID card, and this even goes for those in college, the 98 hotline has been printed on there for at least the last few years. I remember in 2019, 2018, I think is when they started printing them. And just knowing that resource is there for students is such a big deal. It's such an important thing, because that means that the kids who want to help their friends can do it. They can help those friends. So please, please take the time, click on the link above in chat and sign the petition, because you could be making the difference of some young person's life and them helping someone important to them. Me look at the back. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is a lot of people don't realize it's there until they I saw a skeleton. I was like, come at me, bro. But it was the sheep. People don't realize they need the resource until they need it. And for that resource to be gone is just, I thought it was such an amazing thing when it was created and funded. And that's one of the crazy things, is I'm pretty sure the current the administrator, the president, our president, was the one in power when they created the suicide prevention and crisis hotline. So that's kind of the thing. But yeah, so it's some states mandated early on, other ones it was later on, but it was a national, because we had some people don't realize how many suicides we had at one time. And I'm probably gonna get banned on TikTok for saying this so many times, but I really don't care. I'm not gonna mince words about it. Um, there was an epidemic of it at one point. Um, in the neighboring district, we had, I think it was 6 students take their life in the course of 5 months. And it was just so much. They had to reevaluate how they approach things like reporting it on the news because it was so. Yeah, no, I get it too. But at the same time, it's like I don't want people to misunderstand. So I'll get banned on Twitch, TikTok before I'll say murmur or whatever the thing is, because it's too important to talk about, and I think sometimes we get lost in in the double speak that we talk on social platforms. I really understand and I really appreciate even that they will take the time to um do things they're supposed to do, like not. One of the things with prevention is that you shouldn't really be talking about people who take their life in a glorified manner. And that was a big problem, was that when you would have these instances, you'd have the news report it, and it would seem like it was this moment to get your 15 minutes of fame. And so that was one of the things that they said is like, do not, specifically for teachers, don't let students kind of create shrines to the past, which you would think, oh, that's a good way of coping. But it's actually just romanticizing it. And yeah, like that's a huge part of it. And I think that's probably part of it is in my background. My background is theater and storytelling. And so I understand that if you get too lost in the details, or if you put too many details out there, people get lost in them. And that's why people get frustrated with new generations and their lingo. Like, I laugh because millennials will say things like, "Oh, Gen Z just comes up with all these silly words and phrases." Like, bro, our generation came up with lol, raffle, copter. We all do it. We all do it. It's not specific to it. Gen X was lit, uh, bodacious, right? And obviously there's regionality to it as well. But like people act like Riz is some new terminology, and it's like, no, it's just this generation's terminology, and every generation has it. And sometimes it's recycled and sometimes it's not, and it's just funny. And I think a big part of that is that now there's kind of a subculture of these different fandoms and whatnot, and it's got even more complex. So that's why, like, in certain times, like right now, I'm trying to bring awareness to it all. I'm not gonna mince my words because it gets too hard to understand. Even for the person, even for me, speak as I'm speaking it, and if I get punished for that, fine, I get punished for that. You know, if it's consistent, I'm an educator. I understand the importance of consistency with things like um, applying consequences. But it's too important to me, and it's not my only platform that I'm going to mince words. You know, because then, like you said, older Gen Z is in college right now. Like I had explained that I had a flip phone and been in a Blockbuster and grew up with the GameCube. Like, oh, I know it's kind of funny, but it's a technique to trivialize the words. Uh-oh, it's gonna rain. And I've been shocked by lightning before, so I'm running. Run! Yeah. Because I remember when millennials were in college, we were being told, you know, like, you don't know anything and all this. And I'm like, bro, I have a retirement account. I finished college. What the hell? I know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert on everything, but at that point, I was an expert in education. When someone told me I got struck in light in Minecraft. Yeah, it's every generation. To a degree, that's the whole back in my day kind of approach to things. And you know, like it is what it is. I think people just what annoys me is just, I think the world as a whole needs more just understanding and consideration. And just look at me, I'm being a hippie right now. We need more love. But that's just the truth of it, is we need to do better. Back in my day, we didn't have all these screens in our face. They say on Facebook. Yeah. I mean, I always laugh because I am kind of I'm in between a millennial and an elder millennial. Because I mean, it has so much to do with other things too, like privilege. We do have ads coming up, just everyone, FY. Because my wife, she had a lot more privilege than I did. And I feel like we're like miles apart in some things. Not as much anymore, but when we were first going out and dating, like, she always had to be on her phone. And even though I love technology, I was rarely on it. I didn't need to really check it. That shifted some in recent years, but still pretty. It's just kind of funny. It's like, I think that's the hardest part about defining generations, is especially in this new era of technology, is things like accessibility to technology has shifted a lot of the conversations, and we don't talk about it. We don't talk about how, you know, someone who someone who has a computer is still a privilege. Like, we saw this in 2020. It's still a privilege to be able to have that kind of technology at your fingertips. Or a cell phone, right? And I think some of those things are being addressed in one way or another, but at the same time, it's like, you know, if your family couldn't afford the DVD player, then you didn't have DVDs until much later. And like, for my family, we didn't have cable for most of my childhood. So like, people are like, oh, I was a Disney Channel kid. Oh, I was a Nickelodeon kid. I'm like, I was a Saturday morning ABC on ABC kid. What is that? You know, like, it was a... Wait, there's donkeys in this game? Hi, donkey. I don't think I have. I'm just gonna go add him to our animal corral. I didn't know there were... the first time I saw a panda bear, too, was kind of an experience. Alright, got that done at least. Especially when they're in a marginalized group. I think that's the right phrasing. Yeah, I mean, and I get that. I get, like, I always laugh. Because I was kind of that way. I didn't understand when people said, you're privileged, and I had to pay, like, I'm like, I paid for college out of my own pocket. I have student loans. I had to work 3 jobs in order to... Where's the privilege? And I didn't understand what that meant. And then I did research. I'm like, oh, because there's more factors than just economics. And that's all it is. It's just saying you don't have certain struggles. But yeah, it's like, I get it. But when people just say you have privilege and they don't bother to explain what they mean, and then you also have to have a person who's willing to listen to the nuance of it, like, because it's not like it's a easy concept. It's not like it's this... I get it. I get it. But I think we also need to get to a point where we acknowledge the privilege, but we also recognize the struggle. It's such a weird balance. Like, because it's very... Yeah, it's exactly that. It's a very interdisciplinary thing. And I can acknowledge the privileges I have, and at the same time, I can acknowledge the struggles. And I think again, it's about empathy. I think that's what a lot of things boil down to in our society, is just having more empathy for understanding. If we can just take that time to understand that just because I'm saying, hey, this struggle right? Take BLM, for instance. This struggle is here. We're not saying your struggles don't exist, but when you hear something like this person matters over another person, you run into a problem because that's what people hear. They don't hear this person matters too. They hear this person matters more. And it's such a weird thing, right? Because we hear instead as just kind of people. And what we're saying is as well. Most of the time we're saying as well. And but we hear is most or instead or these very exclusive terms, right? We didn't have people, Hispanic people getting upset about it because they understood what it meant. We didn't have people. The people who got upset were the people thinking they were being excluded. And there was no exclusion in it. It was, hey, this community's hurting. Hey, we need to focus our energy here for a minute. Thank you for the follow. Spooker 7090, welcome to the Awkward Family Gathering. Feel free to grab a plate and have a seat. We are a lurker-friendly community, so feel free to continue to lurk or join in the conversation. But yeah, so that's kind of just, that's the struggle. But as a cisgendered white guy, I've learned also that I just need to let people get their aggression out on the majority of cisgendered white guys. That's the truth. I accept that my position is just to let people say what they need to say and understand they're not necessarily saying that I'm the issue, you know? But maybe that there's something I can learn from what they're saying that I do. do.
Stop pooping.
I love that show. Yeah, and I think what's funny is I think that's more of a normal thing anyway. Because as you get older, you learn that listening is more powerful than talking. At least that's supposed to be the norm. And can I join, please? Nobody will let me join. You seem nice. Join the Awkward family? Of course. Everyone's welcome. Oh, the game? Yeah, sure. Feel free to join the Discord. All I ask is that we have a don't be a jerk rule. Please respect the community. You join the Discord and then feel free to follow the instructions on how to join. That's how we roll here. So yeah, I think that's just a big thing is, I mean, at this point, I'm more disrupt the system kind of mentality and let it burn a little bit. But I think I think listening to all sides makes a huge difference. Well, this is coming along more than I thought it was going to, honestly. Who knew just playing the game, just going and tearing everything apart and get this pretty level. I mean, let's see. We started this project, I think it was like January this year. So the fact that now it's finally getting there, and granted, I took the last like month and a half off from Minecraft because I wanted to play other games, and I have such a backlog. It's not funny. So the fact that it's getting shaped into an actual location is kind of exciting. Probably end up playing a little bit off stream today too. Just to try and get, because so after I level out this mountain, the plan is then to build a tower that goes down and make the second part of the village, and then it'll wrap around the kind of the mountain, which will be fun. So like I have this master plan in my head of what it's gonna look like. And we're gonna build more plots for people here up at the top. It's gonna be great, but just takes so long. Of course, it would take less time if I actually like you know, use tools. But for like dirt and stuff, I feel like that's kind of silly. Maybe not the trees. Let's get going. I do like the chaos of how I'm going about leveling everything though. It's like, hey, I'm gonna start over here. Hey, I'm gonna move over here. There's like no rhyme or reason. That's a good time. Have wanted to play. There's a server that basically made a Pokemon version of Minecraft, I've always wanted to play it. Because my understanding is they made a server for Kanto and then attached Johto to it after. And Heart Gold, like I love, don't get me wrong, I love Red and Blue, but Heart Gold, Soul Silver, / Gold Silver, was probably my favorite Pokemon of the time, because it was just so much fun. Like, they took all the things they learned from the first one and then kind of amplified it. That's when they added in the berries that the Pokemon could hold. So, like, I don't know. I just love the mechanics more in Gold and Silver. I still have some stone. I'm not gonna fall in a hole again like I did last time. That was off stream, so none of you know what I'm talking about. But I was surveying what I was gonna do today for stream, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna make sure because I had uninstalled everything and reset my computer, and I said, okay, I need to make sure everything's working for Minecraft. Got it all back set up, made sure it wasn't gonna be funky or anything, and I was like, okay. Did a little bit of mining, and then accidentally fell into a hole, was attacked by a whole bunch of mobs that are underneath the area I am right now. There's a hole right here. And it was a survival marathon, basically. And yeah, so I'm like, okay, not gonna do that again. Nope. Okay. We'll get that later. Alright, time to go sleep. I don't want to deal with the mobs. Whee! I always second guess that there's actually water at the bottom. And I'm gonna perish. Oh. There we go. Alright, I'm actually going to take a quick BRB and I'll be right back. Get some stretching, drink some water, take your pills if you haven't, if you have any, and I'll be right back. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm back. Sorry for that quick disappearance. Alrighty. to figure out a better, like, way to sit. I feel too... I maybe have to, like, raise my camera. Because I'm a little more hunched over. This desk is lower than my previous desk. And it's kind of... it's kind of forced me to slouch a little bit more. So I kind of, like, pushed my chair back a little bit. But I think I need to just take some time to, like, position my desk better, or my seat better, so I sit better. Because that's... Well, welcome back to you too, Goddess. Hope you guys did get some stretches done. Got some water, some food if it's that time for you. It's almost lunchtime here. I know for some people it's almost dinner time. And for some people it's just about to be breakfast time. That's crazy. It's like there's 24 hours in the world. But my wife and I were talking about this yesterday. Since we've moved to the West Coast, it's kind of different for us. So people we know and love who would normally be on, like, as we're making dinner or as I'm picking up the kids, are now on at, like, lunchtime. And I'm like, that's wild. That's just wild. Because one of them, Jackie K, who I'm also their mod, I used to pop in at the end of work, my end of my work day, and hang out with her as I picked up my kids, and I went and made dinner, and it was always a good time. And then I would usually stream about an hour or so after she got off. And now it's like she's on at lunchtime. She's on at lunchtime on days now. And I'm just eating lunch and still have most of my day left. It's just kind of weird. I mean, I'm really happy about it because my classes are like 3 and that's about the time she's done, so it'll be great. Get to hang out with one of my besties even more. Then again, it also has a flip side. On the weekends, she streams early. 7, I think it's 8 o'clock her time is when she starts streaming. Well, that's 4:30 for me. So, no. Love you to death. Enjoy your Saturday streams. It's a great way to start my day. But I'm not starting my day that early for you. I mean, I might. Once I get into more rhythms. But I haven't been able to sleep really well. I have to go get some more sleep medicine is what I'm calling it. Because it's legal here. And so now I can sleep with peace. I should go to the store and get some. So I haven't been sleeping great the last few nights, as I'm waiting for a large sum of money to show up and in my bank account, because it hasn't yet. The smooth. There we go. The bank that was supposed to sent it, said, oh, hey, we need to send you a check. But didn't tell me. So they sent it to my old address, assuming that's where I would want it sent. Instead of, doing the basics like asking. And so there was a $15,000 check just floating about. Well, it was like 12,000 because taxes. But yeah, and because they sent it to my old apartment and we had moved because the guy who manages that account doesn't ever check his email or is in the office. So yeah, it's my rent check for this month, so I kind of need it. Yeah, it's not fun, but it's hopefully gonna get resolved. It'll be fine. Mistakes happen, kind of thing. It's just also additional stress. And I had tried to initiate it before we even, like, it was like the day after school was out, so May 24th ish. I tried to get it going, and the guy never responded to my email. Took him like a week and a half to get back to me. And that's the annoying part, is had he just read his email when I sent it, even if they had sent the check, I would have had the check and I could have just stopped and dropped it off at my bank. Not a big deal. But because they didn't process it literally till the day we were leaving, it was the day before we left Waco to come to San Diego, that because it was done so late, there was no chance. We didn't have a chance to get it. So, don't know where that check is. They did stop it, fortunately. So, that's the good news. But it's kind of just annoying, because it's the same thing happened with our credit card. So, my wife and I run a business, and occasionally we have to use our personal credit card to make some purchases. When we were first starting the business, because that was loud. Because we were waiting for like the bank account to be set up and then the money to be put in the bank account. And one of the purchases we made on it was these Pokemon cards that turned out to be like obvious fakes, like really bad fakes. The lightning energies are orange. The font is like it's like Courier New. Like it's just really bad. And so they were like, oh, well, you need to do this, and you need to do that, and you need to do this. And so we spent, that happened like the first week in April. We have to wait now till July 20 something for the seller to respond. Mind you, that was the first step we took, was to reach out to the seller, because that's a normal thing. So we reached out to the seller and they never responded. They still haven't responded. And so that was $900 some odd in product. and we still haven't gotten that money back. To the point where we've just said we're just gonna ignore it at this point until this is resolved, because it's like they're really bad. I had to go to they required me to go to a game store, meet with a professional who had to then analyze the packs given. And it was just like obvious things. Like when you tear a Pokemon card, as someone who makes Pokemon buttons, I rip a lot of Pokemon cards. And it blows my mind. Like, there's like this black film that's in these Pokemon cards. It's just some sort of printing layer that they add. And with it, so whenever you rip a Pokemon card, you'll see this black like line in it, in between the layers. When you rip the Pokemon cards that we got, it is cardboard. It is straight up cardboard. There's nothing more to it. It's just cardboard. And it cardstock, and it feels like you're ripping cardstock, and it looks like you're ripping cardstock. And it's just like, anyone who's used Pokemon cards for 5 seconds can feel the difference, because there's no gloss to it. And I'm just like, all right, fine. I'm a graphic designer for 20 years. I know what real cards feel like. Any kind of trading cards. It doesn't even have to be Pokemon. Like, there's gloss to it. And they've said now we have to wait for the seller to respond to them. And they have a month to do so. So it's like, you're really, really, really not wanting to give me back my money. Because they didn't process it until June. They wouldn't tell us that we needed to go to a person who sells, and they didn't tell us that part. We sent them information from Pokemon.com on how to identify fake cards. Showed them all the stuff that was the fake cards, and we said, this is from the company themselves. And then it was Surging Sparks, so they have the new Ace Trainer cards, which are supposed to be, they're like a reverse holographic card. So again, when they printed them, they didn't know this, because on the website, because you can, if you didn't know this, you can actually you can make your own Pokemon cards. You can copy all the art, download it all, and do it. Like, if you just like the art. I know some people, they don't want to spend the money on the Pokemon cards themselves. And so they just want the artwork. And like, whatever, you do you. But when you print the Ace Trainers, they look like they're just plain cards that are purple. And that's exactly what these cards were. They're actually holographic cards that have like a specific, and get all the art for my yeah, you can go get your favorite. You can get all the art. There's 2 different places I go, because I actually a lot of the time I just like the art. I also like the print quality, so that's why I buy the Pokemon cards. But Bulbapedia is a great resource. They have pictures of every single card from every single set. And then you can also get them. Usually they don't have a lot of the older ones, but you can get the. You can go on Pokemon's actual site, and they will have all of the artwork for their most recent sets. So you can see every single card. But yeah, Bulbapedia has all of it too. In fact, I have a tracker that I use for, because if you don't know this, I make Pokemon pins and keychains from the artwork, from the card artwork. So that's what I just enjoy doing it. It gives me happiness, and we get, when people buy products from us, we send them home with a pin. So everyone gets a pin with every purchase, but you can also buy keychains for your favorite Pokemon. I take requests, so if we have the Pokemon in stock, I'll make it. If we don't, I'll go get it, and then you can order it after I get my hands on it, because some cards are hard to come by. Like, I found out some of the evolutions are really hard to get your hands on a card for a good price. But yeah, so I take Pokemon cards and then I turn them into keychains and buttons. And it's a good time. But that's the thing. And so I might because we've had to, unless they like say we have to return them or something. But I've had to rip so many of these fake packs that I'm like, the artwork actually isn't that bad. I could probably use these for my pins and buttons that I like making. But I'm waiting to find out what's going on with this and what we're supposed to do with the product. I've had to rip open like half a box to prove to them these are fake. Which, like, if there's not a refund, I'm gonna be fight. I've fought them every step of the way with this, because there is no reason, absolutely no reason, why we shouldn't be getting a refund on these. Yeah, no, it is so much work, and I mean, if it was, it's almost $1,000. So it's like, we started our business with only 15,000. So, like, for a whole 1,000 to be wrapped up in one product that ended up being fake, I'm pissed. Don't have that money. I don't have $1,000 to waste on a brand new business. Well, that's the thing. We sent pictures. It's not even like, we're not saying, trust me, bro. We sent pictures. What we did was we took pictures alongside, actually, we took a real Pokemon card. We took pictures alongside it so they could see like the font difference. They could see these very obvious things. Like when you open the pack, every Pokemon pack comes with, it comes with an energy card, a TCG live card. This doesn't have either. These are just like the basic things. And so it's not even like we said, trust us, bro. Like, as I get that. I'm not someone who, I think people are liars. So why would I expect someone to trust me? You know, but at the same time, it's like, I provided you with so much evidence and you're still saying, nope, not good enough. That's irritating. That's irritating. Oh, I had a bunch more. Awesome. I didn't know I had a bunch. All right. Yeah. So, the only reason why we use this bank anyway is because it's part of our Costco membership. So, like, it is what it is. Kind of thing, but it's very irritating. So, if you have a Costco membership, you know. You know what bank I'm talking about. And just keep that in mind. If you want to deal with that hassle. You know? That's like the only reason why we have them in the first place, is because it's really connected to our Costco membership. And so we don't use it very often, is in reality, but we've had to just to start this business. The only time we ever really use it is for big purchases, because then you get, and when we go to Costco, because you get cash back in those, for those, and it's a lot of cash back. I think every year we get, like, your Costco membership, I think, is $100, and we get maybe $500-$600 a year back on it. So it's definitely something that we find useful. I hate credit cards. I absolutely hate them. I think we shouldn't be working on credit as a society, but I can't argue with money being returned on things that I normally buy or do buy. So that's the thing. Like, we'll pay for the vacation, like a vacation with the credit card, but it's only after we have the money in cash, because I'm so adamant about credit, not using credit, especially on fun things like that. And my wife hates it sometimes, but it's just, I am who I am. And she gets it. She understands why. She just doesn't like it. Because her ADHD mind wants the dopamine. What the hell? Sure, corner me. Jerk. We'll go ahead and go to sleep. So yeah. So I'm big. I'm very much against credit. It has to do with when I was in college, my tires went out, and I had a credit card. It was only like $700, $800, but I had to replace the tires, and it took me over a year to pay back that. And so obviously I calculated it out, and I ended up spending on interest. I could have bought a whole nother set of tires. So I just try to have cash. Obviously things happen, life happens. Sometimes you have to live on the credit side a little bit. So no judgment. If you're someone who's adamant about credit cards, no judgment. It's just not how I do not like it. As in your actual account and what you actually have, and Nana taught me to use a credit card and pay it off immediately. Yeah, that's basically the mentality of it all for me. But like I said, there was some personal trauma alongside it. It was an emergency situation. Wasn't using it to go party or drink or anything. Tires are expensive, and we lived in an area where there was lots of nails and screws because it was a new build community, and I needed my car to go to school every day. I drove an hour to school every day. So when I say, like, when I said earlier, like, I had a hard time understanding what people meant by privilege. Until I started listening. That's what I mean. Because it was like, that particularly started a slew of issues for me, where shortly after that, all that happened, I ended up having to sell that car. I had to live on $50 a month. I was selling my plasma every week for some extra cash so I could eat. I basically only made $600 a month, and my rent was $550. So, which, like, nowadays I wish my rent was $550. Very valid. I had to use the groceries a lot post back surgery when I couldn't be working, so be paying that off when I graduate, get a big kid job. Yeah, that's what my wife and I always say, is we're getting our big girl, big boy jobs. When I got my first one out of college, that was what we kept referring to it as, because she was still in college at the time, and neither of us had made $30K. Yeah, that's what I made out of college with a bachelor's degree. Was $30K. People wonder why we say the economy's broken. But yeah, so that was fun. So we've always called it our big boy, big girl jobs. Now, my wife's most recent big girl job will be working as a professor, which she can do now. But she's been struggling to find a spot, unfortunately. Which sucks, because she's super, like, when it comes to that field of study, theater directing, she's like, her knowledge blows me out of the water. Just how she thinks of things and approaches, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I find out she's like gonna research some new acting or directing technique at some point and revolutionize the industry, because she's already started to do it with K-12 education for theater education. So hopefully she'll find that job for her where she gets to school people. I don't doubt she'll get it. It'll just might take longer than she wants, unfortunately. Yep, I'm manifesting it for her. But she's really spectacular in that way. But we worked in really rural areas, and so while we've networked with people while we were in college, San Diego is probably the first environment in a long time that we've both worked in that actually gives we stand a chance of actually networking with people who can steer us in the right direction. So I'm sure after being here for more than 2 weeks, like we have been, it'll work out. It's just a matter of time. Time is on my side. Let's go ahead and throw out a bunch of this. Oh, that was my my auto message. There we go. Lots of sticks. Oh, wait, I wanted a shovel, not a silly me. Oh, because I see why. All right, shovel. Get rid of the dirt. Get rid of the zombie meat. What else? What else can we get rid of? That'll be it for now. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't thrown any equipment away in a hot minute. All right, let's fill some of these dirt areas. Excuse me. Boom. Let's go ahead and get some water. That'll help. There we go. All right, keep on digging on. Forget mining, we're gonna be digcraft. Mostly because, I don't know, getting to the other side of the mountain feels like I'm accomplishing a lot. Even though it's just a huge project and that's what's taking forever. I mean, I've been going at this 3 hours today. Just today. Tools do make a huge difference, though. As much as I don't want to admit it. Alright, let's get rid of... Oh, no, damn it. There we go again. Get rid of the dirt. Makes it, what, 11? 11 times now? Is what it is. What it is. Ugh. Stop picking up dirt. Get ambushed by a zombie again. Alright, back to it. Alright, I need to go get torches. Torches. Go and get them. That's really why I built the giant wall. So I can just throw stuff off. Timber. And unlike in real life, I don't have to worry about someone below. Oh, hey. There's a pickaxe. Torches. That's what I came to do. We're gonna take all... No. No. There we go. I've got sticks. Maybe. There we go. Let's just let that observer disappear. All right. So let's make our, what I call our spawning line. So if you don't know with Minecraft, oops, 1, 2, oh, rude. I'm trying to educate. So if you don't know in Minecraft, when you're creating something, monsters can't spawn when light is present. And so that is why I put torches everywhere. 3, 4 is because then they're not spawning where I'm building. So, and granted, you can do it with a lot less. Like I could probably get rid of half these torches. But also it looks kind of cool. Wait, was that right? Yeah, that's right. So that's a little thing you can do if you're trying to expand an area. Lady, are you barking? Not really trying that hard. Stop it. Lady! Thank you for showing me that you can bark louder. I appreciate it. Go lay down. Pork. And the funny part is, so we have 2 dogs, and one of them is blind and deaf. Like, she's as happy as a clam, and the only reason why we haven't said goodbye to her. But she's blind and deaf, and she sleeps like 18 hours a day. She's happy as a clam whenever she's up, but she just like, I'm tired, good night. She's been like that since we got her. She was a puppy to 2 college students. She didn't stand a chance in that way. But anyway, so she's blind and deaf. She can't see anything, but she'll always be supportive of her sister. And if her sister gets too stirred up, she'll just start barking. And I'm like, you don't even know what you're barking at. Go back to bed. And then she usually will. And it's even more funny. But she'll just pick up her head. Ruff, ruff, ruff. Then put her head back down. And to me, it's just like the funniest thing. So I always say that she's just barking in solidarity. Because she doesn't know what's going on. she's blissfully ignorant to the world. All right. Let's go ahead and we're gonna close this up. Two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Nope. 3, 4. So yeah, that's why I keep putting torches down, because it'll stop the creepers and mobs from spawning. And that's why you see so many torches. Like I said, I could probably get rid of half of these and it would still be fine. In fact, let's test that theory. Because I could use the extra. I could really use the extra torches. If we're being honest. 3, 4. I wish I had a picture of the cave one of my friends made with all his torches. Because yeah, I mean, I go overboard with torches for sure. I don't want to deal with mobs. I always looked at Minecraft as a creative thing, not a survival thing. I've learned to enjoy the survival thing. But I really just don't like that right there. Hey, I'm a mob, and I'm going to be right up on your base. He wants to hollow out a mountain instead of clearing it. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I considered that too. Hello. Look, dude. This isn't cool. Jerk. I'm just here building something nice, and you're coming up and being like, hey. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. I'm gonna teacher you right now. Use the same approach I do when I'm teaching. Just saying no. No, we're not doing that. Of course, that technique does not work as well as it once did, unfortunately. Even with, I'm going to teach you right now. Yeah, our server has the creepers set to a mod that makes it so creatures do no damage to you, and the environment makes the game a lot more fun. Yeah, that's honestly why this is all built out of concrete, because it only damages like 4, and I have so many extra. Who is calling me? No one important. But I build so many things out of it because I have so much extra stone that I'm like, oh, what's 2? What or 4? What's 4? Doesn't matter. Not a big deal. So I have heard, and I thought it was bad when I was in school. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. They just students they look for social justice. They feel it's not entitlement. Entitlement is such a negative word. That's not what it really is. They feel. See, I don't know how to put it without making it sound like it's a negative thing. They need the reason. They want to know the thought process. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. They want to understand the line of thinking. They have no problem challenging the line of thinking. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But there is also there are times where it's just like, no, it needs to be this way. You need to stop trying to reinvent the wheel. It's not this. Sometimes you just have to do things the way they're supposed to be done in order to get to the ability to understand how it can be improved. And that honestly is a foundation to education anyway. I've always had to explain that is like they say, hey, why do I have to do it your way? And I said, you don't, but you have to learn my way so that way you can come up with a better way. Like they want to skip that step. And I think that's why they don't know what they don't know is the problem. And so that's where it comes across as arrogance because they think it's like a computer. They think they understand how a computer works because they've been on iPads their whole life, not understanding that a computer has a whole additional foundation to it that they've never had to deal with. Yeah, I first explained it in a way because as someone who's neurodivergent, I need to know the why. Yeah, and it's never an issue to ask why. It is an issue to say that's not the way to do it. Because, for instance, I'll take a common one that's in the streamer space. A lot of people do not understand copyright law to save their life. They think, oh, if I just do 10 seconds of a clip, it's okay. Why? Because someone pretended that was the rule because they wanted to use a 10-second clip. And they do it. And in some instances, it's okay. And in some instances, it is not okay. And that's the thing is you have to understand and you have to negotiate, I think is the best word, those instances so that you don't get sued. But very commonly, because that's what I taught that's what I spent my life teaching was media arts. I'd have students say, oh no, I'm allowed to do this for this thing. No, you're not. You just don't know what you're talking about. I have advanced degrees in this, but it's always a guy. Media law is actually a lot of it, to me it's super interesting too. Because it's so nuanced. I was laughing because someone was trying to tell me that I was violating copyright law by one of my sound effects or something. Oh, it was this.
Stop pooping.
You're ripping that off. Actually, no, I'm parodying it. And I forget what the case law is on it now, but there was a case law where this person was going on Instagram and commenting XOXO love or something. Love their name. And then they screenshot the Instagram post, including their comment, and then put it in an art gallery and sold these prints for like $1 million a pop, or the whole set was $1 million a pop or something. And one of the Instagram photographers sued, because you would think that's blatant violation of copyright. Not only the photographer's copyright, but also the Instagram's copyright, right? Because they own the platform. You would think they would own the intellectual property of the design. So it should be pretty blatant. But it was determined that it was because of it being put into the gallery as a conversational piece as a whole, plus the person adding the comment and deciding how to frame the screenshots, that was derivative work and therefore its own type of work. And they based it on the idea of the dissenting opinion. I'm trying to remember. Was based on the Queen versus Vanilla Ice debate, because of how they framed the screenshot. They're doing a simple change, but because they did it as a piece of a larger commentary, they're now recontextualizing it. And I was just like, this makes no sense when you base it on previous law. And even that particular case, because Vanilla Ice was found guilty of plagiarism, of violating the intellectual property. So it's like, I think that's what's so interesting. And as we now continue into a new realm of things like social media, where like that is a landmark decision, because social media is so prevalent. And you just said, if I can recontextualize other people's work, I can call it my own. And it's just so fascinating that would be kind of the take on it, because it doesn't make sense. But at the same time, as someone who also is an academic, and I find it fascinating in that way, because this expands the free speech argument kind of thing, but it's also gotten us in some messes because it's expanded the free speech argument. So yeah, it's just really interesting, and always comes back to the age-old question: what is art? What is art? What is art? other than 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, so that's what's so weird about media law is that it's like inconsistent even when it's consistent. And I don't know. It's just, I read some of these case laws and I'm like, I don't understand how you got there, but cool. Now we have to navigate a world where this is the norm. My mom always thought I should be a lawyer, so she always said I was really good at arguing. But that's the funny part, is that I do find law to be such a fascinating thing. My favorite class I took in my last graduate program was educational law, because that's a huge part of being an administrator. Is you have to understand the legal ramifications 2, 3, 4 of things like hiring people. Like the school I was working at, they were violating. Oh, am I off by 1? I must be. 3, 4. Nope. Shoot, I'm off by 1 somewhere. Must have been this. Oh yeah, this is definitely wider than previous. That's right. What's happening? Oh, that was loud. Welcome in, Casey. Oh. Gotta go check the blurb settings. Cause that was loud. Hope you didn't get scared. No, never. Never would I be scared. I am stoic. I am unmovable. Alright. Which means this one's probably, that whole row is off too. But I'm sure everyone's awake now if you were falling asleep. You get your midday scare. Midday wake up call. Courtesy of Casey. Stoic hero. There you go. There we go. Yep, you're getting it, Godless. You're getting it. We just use all sorts of adjectives to describe me. I'm stoic hero now. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, eventually you're gonna make a mistake. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Wait. Yeah, okay. When you have such a large coordinate grid, you're gonna mess up. It's just what it is. Whew. Stoic hero. Well, if I ever need a rebranding, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. But then the idea of growing an audience. I mean, we gotta go. I have to go that way too. It's in line with the other one. I haven't developed as far over here because it's going all the way across. We just haven't built that far yet. I did what I've been doing, and okay, move on to another project. It's at 5 blocks. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right. I wasn't actually counting it. I was. Oh, this one's line. We're good. Nope, that one's still in the wrong spot. See, you're paying more attention than I am. Can I see this Hawaiian shirt? Oh, yeah. Let's see. I have a whole set of them. I really enjoy. All right, so this is the Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur one. Zoom out a little bit. So, what I really like about these ones is they do align the image. So when it's sitting there, it's not some awkwardness. So you can see like the face. It would be cut off normally. And so that's kind of the nice part of it. Oh, I just missed the snooze. But I have a Charmander one and a Squirtle one. And I don't know. I just been enjoying the Hawaiian shirt vibe as of late. Try and set up a bit better. So that's kind of the nice. I'm so confused. Is there another camera attached to your belt buckle? Oh, that no, that's my 3D printer cam. So normally it goes right here and is printing, but it's also directly behind my chair. So I took it down so I could get it. Ah, it's us. I took it down so I could get a printout, and then I didn't print today, so I forgot to remove it from all the scenes. So it's just pointing at nothing right now. I thought I got it because it was in this scene too, and I thought I got it out of all the scenes, but I did not. I'll have a print going tomorrow. I think I have a design that I'm working on for these little, we're calling them the Card Guardian. It's this device basically, and you put what's called top loaders on the top of it, and then on the bottom is all the penny sleeves. And so my wife needed one. She wanted one to help organize her desk some. And then she's like, "Oh hey, oh hey, thank you for the sub." Thank you, Casey. 3 months in a row. Why didn't I normally have a dance mode usually plays. Mix it up. Why you failing me today? Why you failing me today? I don't appreciate it. That one. Yep, it's It's not gonna work. Should be that one.
Here we go.
Anyways, that was the camera you were seeing, Casey. That was my 3D printer cam. It's just on its side right now, behind me. So it was pointed at the printer yesterday, and I thought I removed it from all the. I had an ad on Facebook recently for a Ninja Turtle Hawaiian shirt. Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones that people are coming out with. I was actually trying to get licensing from Pokemon Company and what was the other one? Oh, Disney for Bluey. Because I have these shirts that I make for myself. I've made for myself that a lot of people wanted, and it's nothing crazy. It's literally just an outline of a character. But everyone would like compliment me on it because it wasn't like there's not a well. The first time we did I didn't make this shirt. No, I didn't make this one. I want to. Awesome, Godless. We're probably gonna be wrapping up here in 15 minutes or so. But you drive home safe. Thanks for keeping me company while I streamed. It was really fun chatting, and I only like threw 12. Can we 3D print shirts now? Yes, actually, you can. True story. You can 3D print fabrics. So you can, but I can't. But yeah, so no, I didn't make this one. I do make other shirts though. Throw stools. Thanks, Godless. Have a good rest of your night. I'll see you around. So that's on the I do make shirts too though. So just not this shirt. Someone else made this shirt. I bought this off TikTok. Actually, I didn't even buy it. My wife did. She surprised me. But I'm in my Hawaiian shirt era is what I call it. Which I was like, is that just a sign that I'm getting older now? So, who knows? Maybe that's the case. Maybe it's not. Shein app and order the TNT shirt. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't, there's, I feel like I get a notification from that thing. Yeah, I have that problem too with a few things. Is they love to spam. What is that sound? It's like a villager, but not a villager. Cool.
That one place, the guy was a jerk.
The first place we talked about?
Oh no, that place was cool.
Yeah.
That place was cool, but they only had Japanese.
Oh.
The place that I ordered the...
No, I said the place you talked
Oh
about.
yeah, the place that I talked about, yeah, and they didn't have my order ready yesterday.
Gross.
And,
Well, that's what we learn.
but I went to a different place.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's a couple spots I want to go check out, but they're closed today. There's one literally around the corner.
This one's called, I don't know what it's called.
I mean, you're not talking smack about them, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. forget what app it is. That's Duolingo. Duolingo spams the crap out of me. I get like 6 notifications a day on it. There must be either... Is the trader around me? Must be a spam. Or maybe it's a raider. I don't know what they're actually called. But we will be wrapping up here in just a minute. Just gonna finish up this little area. Why? Because I can. Because I can. But thank you guys all for joining me today. If you're not following, be sure to hit that follow button. Do note that I am on all the social medias. If you want some good dad jokes, they didn't play today, but we did share some. You can find me on various social platforms. Sizzling beauty bargains on deck. Your sunny day starts here. Oh, wait. Sorry, wait. It's never relevant either. Watch this. I even told the app I was a man. Yeah, I always laugh because the TikTok algorithm, I think at times thinks I'm lesbian because I get some weird things that pop up. I'm like, I didn't need to know this. It is helpful to know it, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not, awkward wife. Thank you. Thank you for that. Nope, I'm the other half of your bisexual fantasies. Oh yeah, that's me. Alright, we're out of cement, so we're just gonna throw dirt there. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up for today. Just a reminder that if you want to jump into the Minecraft server, you can by joining our Discord. There is the link for you there. For anyone who is interested. So you can join there, and it gives you all the instructions you need to join. I'll be back tomorrow, starting at the same time as today. But you can also get all your updates on Discord for when streaming is, as well as I do post on all social media a calendar, a weekly calendar, if you will. We're gonna go ahead and raid out. Let's see who's playing. We got Torchy's doing Animal Crossing. Let's see, a lot of fun people on. Let's go make a new friend today. Let's find someone who's playing Minecraft. Okay. Wow, that person's been going... Oh, they're on a subathon. That's why. It's like they've been up for 21 hours. That's insane. My body yearns from the mines. This sounds... We got a VTuber here, Pythos. We're going to go ahead and raid into them, sending them all the love. So if you are a follower, please copy that first message. If you're a subscriber, copy the second message. And let's show them what the Awkward family is all about. with all the love and respect. And I will see you guys again tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, peace.